world that is just absolutely obsessed with rankings. I mean, look around.
Yeah, it really is everywhere.
Right. It's always about the GOAT, the greatest of all time, whether that's the richest billionaire or a world leader or, a Nobel Prize winner. The default is higher, bigger, more.
Which is really just the human default setting, honestly.
Exactly. We measure greatness by how many people serve us. But for this deep dive, we've got some sources that flip that entirely.
Well, we do. We're looking at Matthew chapter 18, verses 1 through 9, and also some accompanying theological reflections for February 26, 2026.
And the mission here is to figure out why Jesus gives such a totally counterintuitive answer to his disciples' ambition.
Yeah.
Because they ask him point blank, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?
Right, and context is everything here. They aren't asking for spiritual advice.
No, they want an org chart.
Exactly. They want to know who gets the corner office.
Which makes the response so jarring, he doesn't give them a list of leadership principles.
He calls a child over.
Right, he just stands a child right in the middle of the room. And modern readers usually misinterpret this. We see a child and think innocence or purity.
Or just cute.
Yeah, cute. But that's a modern projection, right?
It is a totally sentimental projection. The historical sources we're looking at are very clear. In first century Jewish society, a child was the ultimate nobody.
They had no legal rights.
None at all. No social standing, and they weren't even counted in official census tallies.
Whoa.
They were just entirely dependent on others to survive. So when Jesus puts a child in the center, he isn't saying be innocent.
He's effectively saying be a zero.
Yes. He's saying greatness is defined by admitted incompetence. He tells them, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom.
Turn being the key word there.
Right. It implies a total reversal of direction.
Right.
The world says greatness is self-sufficiency. The kingdom says greatness is acknowledging you are totally insufficient.
It's the difference between a CEO listing their achievements and a toddler crying out for a parent because they can't reach the door handle.
Precisely. It is a massive status drop. But then the text pivots immediately.
It really does. Once you establish that vulnerability, the conversation shifts to this protective severity. The tone gets dark.
Very dark.
The text warns that if anyone causes one of these little ones to stumble, it would be better for them to have a heavy millstone hung around their neck.
And be drowned in the depth of the sea. It's incredibly violent imagery.
It is.
But the sources point out this establishes value. In a world that ignored children, God is saying this vulnerable faith is so precious to me that threatening it carries the ultimate penalty.
And then he turns that severity inward. He stops talking about protecting others and talks about policing yourself. This is the famous amputation passage.
Where he says if your hand or foot causes you to sin, cut it off.
Or tear out your eye. That is just visceral.
It is, and we have to understand the reasoning here. The sources emphasize this is hyperbole. It's not a command for physical self-harm.
Right, it's a lesson on radical prioritization, a cost-benefit analysis.
Yes, exactly. Jesus argues it is better to enter life with a capital L crippled than to be thrown into eternal fire with your body intact.
So spiritual survival is infinitely more valuable than physical wholeness.
Or any worldly attachments.
So connecting the two halves of the reading, greatness is becoming small enough to depend on God.
And the danger is letting anything get in the way of that dependence. An ambition, a habit, a relationship.
If something makes you feel self-sufficient, it has to go.
Even if it feels as essential as a hand or an eye.
That is a heavy perspective check. It challenges us to look at where we are posturing. So for you listening, where are you currently trying to prove you are great?
Is it your career, your social media clout, or maybe your ministry status? The application here is to embrace vulnerability today.
Stop climbing.
Yes, stop pretending to be fine or strong by the world's standards. Call on God like a child calling a father.
It's okay to be the one in the room who can't do it on their own. In fact, it's the only way to get in the room at all.
So here is a provocative thought to leave you with. The text talks about removing stumbling blocks. Look at your life this week. What is the one specific hand or eye that you actually need to cut off to protect your spiritual life? Is it a specific app, a toxic relationship, or a habit? Thanks for diving in with us.